Hey guys, Chris with WallowaHikes. I've been heading to the woods since I was in diapers. I've been cutting firewood since I was 12 and backpacking since late in the 20th century. But I'll let you in on something funny. When I started watching YouTube and finding backpacking videos, I felt like I had gone to a foreign country where I couldn't speak the language. I started hearing words and phrases I had never heard before. I saw videos about finding fat wood. I had to Google that just to see what they were talking about. Turns out, it's just what I call pitch. It's that sappy resin you find in a tree that helps you start fires. Apparently, fat wood is a regional thing. And then, after they found their fat wood, everybody was talking about processing firewood. And I thought, am I missing a step? Turns out they're just talking about cutting firewood. So if you're a new backpacker, I don't want you to feel like you have to get a passport and a dictionary just to figure out what people are talking about on YouTube so you can go backpacking. So today let's clear the air and talk about some of this YouTube speak that might feel like a barrier to getting out there. So let's talk about some of the phrases that you're going to see on YouTube videos that might feel a little intimidating. Like I said, you don't need to speak a foreign language to get out and have fun in the woods. So going back to processing firewood. Like I said, I've been cutting firewood for decades. I have never heard that until I went onto YouTube. It makes it sound like some kind of industrial process. But ultimately, they're just talking about cutting, sawing, breaking sticks and logs into something you can burn in a fire ring. So if you've got a pile of stuff to burn, you've processed it just fine. Now let's move on to the system obsession. If you're watching YouTube videos and learning about gear that you're going to need to get out there, you are going to hear all kinds of people talk about systems. They have their sleep system, they have their cook system, they have their toilet or poop system. And if you want to call it that, that's fine. You could just as easily call it your kitchen, or your bedroom, or your house, whatever. Or better yet, just call them what they are. A pot, a stove, a sleeping bag. Now, I understand why people call these systems because these are like items that kind of go together. A stove, a pot, whatever. Again, not something I ever heard when I was just starting out backpacking. I just bought what I needed and went. So if you hear people talking about their systems, that's what they mean. But ultimately, you don't have to talk like them just to get out and have fun. So now we're moving on to something you've probably heard quite a bit, and that's the big three. And in backpacking, people are generally referencing their backpack, their tent, and their sleeping bag. And again, I can see how this came to be. These are major items that you need. They're big money items, and they're most crucial. So if you hear big three, that's what they're talking about. They're generally the heaviest items, and definitely the most crucial. And if you want to call them the big three, that's fine. You can certainly call them whatever you want. Even George, Fred, and Mildred. So moving on to another phrase you'll probably hear quite a bit, and that is dialed in. And this is one I kind of picked up along the way and used myself. But ultimately, if you're a little confused when somebody says they have something dialed in, they're talking about gear and they're talking about efficiency. It kind of sounds like a high-performance car getting a tune-up. But really, it's just a matter of testing gear, figuring out what you use and what you leave at home. So ultimately, being dialed in just means being well prepared. Now moving on to another one I had never heard until YouTube, and that is gear loadout. Kind of sounds like you're heading into a combat zone for battle. And before YouTube, I always just called it packing my bags. If you see a gear loadout video, you're going to see somebody on YouTube showing you all the stuff they're putting in their backpack to go backpacking. It's one of those phrases that caught on and now it's everywhere. I never heard of it before YouTube, and I believe I'm guilty of using it as well on at least one video. But don't let the tactical name make you think that this needs to be a complicated process. It's simply talking about going through all of your items and putting them in your bag. Okay, so over a year ago, I did a video on base weight. And that was very divisive because in that video, I talked about base weight being nonsense. And if you want to yell at me some more in the comments, go check out that video if you haven't seen it. But building on that concept of base weight, which, by the way, if you don't know, just means how much your gear weighs without food, water, fuel, all the stuff that's going to weigh something but eventually go away. But we're not going to go down that rabbit hole today. Just know if you hear that phrase, that's what that means. But related to that, you're going to hear other phrases, things like worn weight and consumables. And speaking of consumables, they are speaking of that water, that food, and that fuel. Things that you're going to eat, drink, or burn. So a lot of people like to separate them, geek out on different aspects of weight. So if you hear consumables, that's what they're talking about. And worn weight, well, they're talking about the clothing, your boots, your underwear, whatever you're not packing in your pack that still weighs something. Again, don't get too caught up in these things. You don't need to know any of this to get out, go backpacking, and have fun. Just know at the end of the day, your body is going to feel all of the weight that you're carrying, no matter what you call it. And finally, the fabric code. Especially on gear videos, you're going to hear things like DCF, Denier, 50D, DWR, all kinds of fun acronyms. None of these are crucial or even necessary for you to know to put stuff in a backpack and go out and sleep in the woods overnight. But if you're curious, when you hear people saying something like 20D, they're talking about Denier, which is essentially the thickness of a thread count. Now, that's not technically accurate, but that's what they're talking about. Those higher numbers, 30D, 40D, those are going to be thicker, more resistant to abrasion, and they're going to be heavier. So essentially, it's just the thickness of the thread. So 20D nylon, 20 Denier, like I said, not something you need to know, but if you're interested in that kind of thing, there's all kinds of videos on YouTube. DCF, Cuban fiber, Dyneema, all really expensive, really lightweight, really strong fabrics. And again, starting out, you don't need to know anything about that. But as you go on, if you are kind of a gear geek, you might be interested in those things. So essentially, any words you hear that start with a D are going to be technical stuff and not necessarily anything you need to know. You don't need a degree in textiles to go camping. Now, the reason I'm sharing this is because I know that language can make people feel like maybe they don't belong out here, enjoying nature, getting away from it all, and having nice little weekend adventures. But you don't need the right words. You don't need to measure up to somebody else's expectations or knowledge to go outside and go backpacking. It's not about other people. You don't have to talk like them. You don't have to fit in at all with them. Ask yourself why you want to go backpacking. And if you want to know more things and talk like them, I actually have a video for that as well. But it doesn't matter what words you use. The experience is what matters. The woods don't care what words you use for your gear. And I'm still learning all kinds of words for things I've been doing for 50 years in the wilderness. So if you're new to backpacking and you've heard some words and phrases that kind of confuse you on YouTube, go ahead and leave a comment below. See if we can figure it out together. What matters isn't the lingo, it's the experience. It's that first cup of coffee in the morning, or the way the trail feels under your boots, So don't worry about bringing a translator with you to enjoy the outside. Just pack your bags, grab some pitch, and get out there. I hope to see you guys on the trail, and hopefully I'll see you on the next video.